Hello, welcome to another Museum Minute. This week we're going to talk about how we have corrupted this poor little intern. When you walk into a museum, you look at the artifacts, right? You might take in the whole room and then go look at individual artifacts. Well, when you work at a museum, you start looking at how things are displayed and the lights and stands and mounts and placement of the artifacts.
Things you can steal to use at your museum.
Not literally, we're not stealing anything.
Ideas.
We're stealing ideas. Kim learned it pretty quickly.
She ruined the magic. It went boom. First, they ruined the way of how exhibits are set up, because the first exhibit I came on for was Titanic, and I thought it was just like overnight weekend, quick and done. No, it's bigger, and it's not one of those they can wiggle their noses and magic happens. It's actually everyone's all hands on deck. It takes probably, what, 2 weeks maybe? All said and done? Yeah. And then so for Titanic, one of my jobs is to check the lights every day and clean cases and make sure everything was fine. So I've gotten used to where I instantly walk into a museum, I'm doing this sort of a thing and checking to see if there's anything out or how lights are turned and things like that. You don't walk into a museum anymore and be like, oh, that's a cool item and that's interesting information. You're like, no, how do you place that in there? I need to know how to get inside this. I need to know how they bought this or where I can find this at.
You even start to kind of corrupt people you go with, because I'll go with my friends and they'll ask me what I'm doing and I'll tell them I'm looking at how this is lit, and so they'll start looking at things, and it's what you do. And yeah, always looking for ideas to steal. The Surgical Museum in Chicago had a heart on display, and it was against the wall, just sitting on the wall, but there was a mirror right behind it so you could see all around it. And so I sent a picture to Kim and said, this is the coolest thing. You know, something you don't think of.
Then the labels at the Lee County Museum up in Livingston, their labels aren't really paper labels, they're stickers and they stick on the wall and it matches the wall color. It's really kind of cool.
Yeah, and then even when we were at a hotel at a conference, we saw the projected light on the floor that was like spinning and it had the hotel name, and that was cool. So now we have our own projected light that spins. I think it's fun. I like to see how other museums have done things and see what I can do. So next time you go to a museum, look at the artifacts, but then try to see how they're displayed and what the lighting is, and learn some secrets of the museum.
How are things hung?
But don't get too close, there might be alarms.
Yeah.
So I guess that's it for another Museum Minute. We'll see you next week. Bye.
You ruined libraries too!
Sorry.
It's okay.